Former President Donald Trump appeared in court today, pleading not guilty to all charges relating to conspiring to overturn the 2020 election.
The former president faces 4 felony charges in this case, and Denver 7's Jessica Porter joins us in studio with what happened in court today. Jess.
Yeah, all eyes were following the president's motorcade today. He arrived in court, and the former president was not handcuffed, and there was no mugshot taken. Federal prosecutors want a speedy trial, but Trump's attorneys called that absurd. That may be part of a long-shot legal strategy to secure the White House again to avoid conviction.
These charges have long prison terms associated with them.
Former President Trump and his motorcade made their way to the courthouse, met with a small crowd of supporters and protesters. The hearing lasting just 27 minutes, no cameras allowed. Court reporters say Trump stood and spoke loudly, pleading not guilty to all charges, including conspiracy to defraud the United States.
This is a persecution of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America.
The DOJ case lays out direct evidence Trump and his co-conspirators allegedly created fake electors, pressured politicians, and lied to create distrust in the 2020 election to remain in power. His attorneys argue he had a First Amendment right to his beliefs, and his actions were on the advice of his counsel.
Everybody was made aware that he lost the election, but that doesn't mean that that was the only advice he was given. As anybody understands what happens in the Oval Office, there are a numerous amount of advisors and politicians and lawyers, not just 1 or 2, that are giving you advice and telling you what they believe is true.
But legal analysts such as Ian Farrell with the University of Denver say that defense is unlikely to prove his innocence.
It's difficult to make that argument when so many of your legal counselors have told you that what you are doing is illegal and false.
Trump is now facing 78 criminal charges total in 3 cases. He is still the frontrunner for the Republican nomination for president.
Now we're having 3 and potentially 4 criminal trials, as well as other civil trials, all being scheduled at the same time that there will be campaign events and presidential debates. Suppose the former president is convicted, gets elected president, and then pardons himself. Can that happen? We don't know.
Former President Trump's next court date is August 28th. A trial date will be set at that time. Live in the studio, Jessica Porter, Denver 7.
All right, what a day. Thank you, Jessica. And a 4th indictment against former President Trump could be coming soon. The road in front of Atlanta's courthouse there will be closed for 2 weeks starting on Monday. Now, no official reason was given for the closure. The Fulton County District Attorney, though, has been investigating Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election results in Georgia for more than 2 years now. That DA previously said charges would be announced between mid-July and September.
Activists in Denver are calling for former President Trump to be held accountable. Several groups rallied outside the Colorado State Capitol tonight after Trump's court appearance.
We need to follow the law. We need to have a fair trial, and Trump is not above the law. He needs to be held accountable.
This rally was organized by a coalition called Not Above the Law. It held similar rallies in other cities across the country today.